I don't think I ever planned my journey at all, right? That journey, I call it 7,000-mile journey from Beijing to LaGuardia Airport, New York, many, many years ago. Really set out my journey to school, to graduate study. And then from that point on, and was originally planned to be in the US just for 2 years and go back and work. And then all sorts of events happened. I was able to find a job after graduating and then landed here. And then ever since I learned so much, right, I started off as a accountant, financial analyst at a company, and then learned about coding, and then joined, 8 years into Hyperion, we were acquired by Oracle. So I became a solution architect post Oracle acquisition, where I find it very fascinating because that's where I learned enterprise software sales from Keith Block. At the time was EVP of sales. And then I joined Adobe. I learned about marketing and SaaS, and then also led the startup to scale up challenges at Marketo. So that's where I became obsessed with digital transformation, growth hacking ever since. We are who we are, really pretty much driven by how we grew up, right? I grew up, for example, with my grandmother, 76 miles away from Beijing. I grew up with 9 cousins. I was the only girl and the youngest growing up. So I learned so much good quality. My grandma taught me how to really grow up strong, and then grew up in a way that I always want to learn, right, from others and then serve the better need of others. That's being said, and as coming here, it was a transition, right? And it's the whole part of growing up with boys, and then coming here made me feel more comfortable to be surrounded in the technology world later on. And then being part of Oracle solution architect, I was probably one of the only female solution architect for a long time, at least 5 years. And then really felt very, very comfortable, right? Granted, there's culture difference, always cultural difference, but I believe if you're super good at what you do, you're gonna gain respect, right? People will change their perspective and get connected with you. There's definitely geographic difference, right? Even in the US, right? You go to the Chicago culture, it's very different from the culture in Silicon Valley. So, also quite different in New York. And then let alone the culture difference in Europe. And then fortunately, I've been running global team over the past 10 years or more than 10 years. So I've learned so much from the people on my team. I think the way to overcome cultural difference is to listen and learn. As always, talk to people, understand, right, what matters to them. What is their purpose? What's important to the people you're dealing with, and listen to them, learn about the difference and embrace the difference. It's very important for us. To me, it's like the world has evolved so much, right, because of technology advancement. We should allow or embrace the diversity of thoughts. This is not about gender or race, this is about diversity of thoughts. And we should embrace the differences, different opinions people have, and then really listen to them and understand why they have that sort of opinion. You don't have to agree with each other, but at least you should let other people to express their different opinions and understand why. That's all, right? It matters. And then if we can all do that, this ties to digital transformation. The 3 key barriers for digital transformation, number one, culture, right? It is a culture of collaboration, culture of sharing. Most of the time, organizations fail when it comes to digital transformation. It's not because of technology, it's because they don't have the culture of collaboration, culture of sharing, culture of understanding the diversity of thoughts. So that's really so critical for people to embrace diversity of thoughts. I believe growth thrives at the crossroads of tech and humanity, right? So technology really defeats the purpose if it does not serve the greater good of the society or solve the real problems. So that's why before organizations embrace any technology, they must embrace humanity first as an organization. So, the technology, obviously technology play a huge part of the role in digital transformation. However, technology does not live in the world by itself. Making technology and humanity mutually exclusive is like cutting off oxygen to a plant, right? The plant won't survive without oxygen, and neither technology if it is thought of exclusively. So in digital transformation, technology only contributes to 20% of the company success. 80% is about leading people to a more successful place through that effective change management. This is why understanding what motivates people to really thrive with that change is so critical to companies' success.